Obviously, from where it started to where it ended up. Sort of, I'm not saying, give me all the details about season 2, but in your minds, what's the next step of the journey?
We're excited to talk about.
Good.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that. What's the next step in the journey?
Well, just macro, you're right. It did change a lot. From the pilot even to the first few episodes, everyone was telling us it's just a procedural, it's a crime show. And we were sort of shoved in one way. And then we all corrected ourselves, thankfully, and really found our footing, I think, midway through. And we feel like, but that said, we didn't have time because we were still behind. And when we had hiatus, we had time to sort of think, okay, what do we really want to do? What didn't we get to do in season 1? And so we think of season 2 as, as 2.0.
Mm-hmm. All the stuff we didn't get to do. No, it's
but
not
better, just
better. And so one of the things is that we are going to flesh out the rest of the cast. We felt like we were so focused on Kat and Vincent. So we're going to, really flesh out Gabe, JT, Tess, as characters on their own. And then we're really going to challenge Kat and Vincent's relationship. Vincent is going to come back a little bit different than he was.
He's been captured by what everyone believes is Muirfield, and may or may not be. There's some cool mystery there. But they could change him. And it gave us as an opportunity as producers to say, how do we want to refine him and make him cooler and better and more badass? I think that's year.
One of the things that we realized we did a little bit last year, and maybe we were being defensive, is that we made the beast a very friendly beast.
By the end, he wasn't dangerous at all.
And maybe that was because we wanted really them to come together, and we wanted to feel the two of them as like the human connection, and we spend a lot of time with that. And so now we feel like
what's great, it feels like if God forbid that happened to your husband or wife or partner, like they had that strong foundation, so now we can really challenge them.
Now we can challenge them. And so he is, a lot of times now when we've been writing, we're like, this is sort of our spouses. Like, what if because she is connected to him now. They had a real year together. It's not like, they vaguely, like, I love you because you're cute, but I haven't really been together. But they've been through stuff. So, okay, right. So, we really are going to challenge that. He's going to be more beastly, whatever that means.
We know what it means.
We know what it means, but we can't tell you. And so it's going to put her in a position, and we really, of that Am I question that we want to explore. And am I the person who stands by her man? Am I the person who believes in someone that I love? Or am I the person who's going to focus on myself and be independent? And it's a tough struggle. In our mind, it's when you really love somebody, it's a very tough struggle. It's not an easy, question. And it won't be for Kat.
Yeah. And he'll go through who am I man or beast? But also this season, we were realizing something different about this season. We can tell you this is sort of vague, but we are going to reveal to the audience certain things that our actors, our characters won't always know right away. Because we looked at it and thought, we want to understand what the big bad is and where they're coming from, not just have some scary entity that we named Muirfield, but what is it, what was it, what are they doing, and understand what the plan is so it makes sense, because the best bad guys, we get what they're doing. And so
we have a new EP on the show, Brad Kern.
He ran Human Target and
Charm for a zillion years, and he sort of brought that to us. That Sherri and I, one of our strengths is just writing character stuff. Put Kat and Vincent in a room and we can write
we did like the wedding stuff.
Oh, we love that.
And Cold Turkey, that was like, that's where we're good, but we need mythology help.
And he really, like, when we're in the room with him, he's like, okay, what is the bad guy doing? And we're always like, we don't know, just put Kat and Vincent, we'll write an act of that. So that's where that is coming from.
Yeah.
Well, it's like the original series where they sort of took that tunnel world and said we're creating, fleshing it out instead of just being these vagrants in the pipes.
Yeah.
They fleshed it into this.
I don't know that. I mean, we never really, just because we wanted to do our own thing and make it sort of organic to what it is. But that is what we're doing. Yes.
Yes, but it is. But I guess if Muirfield has experimented on Gabe and Vincent, then maybe there are others, and maybe that is that feeling one day that there are people out there who are being victims of, but there is a bigger plan. And we also have, because of Brad, we have a season 2 plan. We have season 3 and 4 plan.
Wow.
That makes sense on the broadest terms, but we could say, that's the season that is about that, which is really cool. So this is Who Am I? But we know what next season is.
You're talking about going forward forward with the seasons, do you look at social media and fan
Totally.
reaction, and does it affect?
Yes,
Really?
totally. Yeah.
Well, we just joined Twitter, both of us, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, we do, yes. But even before that, we have a support staff that is completely embedded in Twitter.
Okay.
And we would, what do people respond to? And sometimes it would be like with the Alex thing, when we brought on Alex, apparently we went online then, people hated it. But we were like, oh, that's good. They're supposed to hate it. You're not supposed to want Beauty and Beast to be with other people.
Right.
But other things we hear, and I know everyone's like, we're bored of the cases, or we're bored of this, and a lot of times they're right, and they validate what our instincts are. So we like to hear.
We do.
What has Jay brought? I mean, you guys went to pretty big lengths to cast Jay. What have you brought to it? How crucial has he been?
I mean, I think he's awesome. It's funny, we just did a screen test with him. I don't know what's happened to him over the year, but it's like, you know how some actors just become movie stars over time? Like, these screen tests, we were like,
Because we have a different, we're making the Beast easier. It was so bulky for him. It's a much cooler Beast this year.
We just got a better,
So it's better for him, but we had to look at
and we
it.
just did screen in general, just because we have a new cinematographer. We just have better people.
But to answer your question, it wouldn't work. I mean, Jay makes it happen. Like a Beast. Oh my God, the way he brings all of that to it, and he's game for anything. He is
And
willing
he's
to
so
do
emotionally
anything.
intense that I feel like you get why she's in it with him.
And he's so warm, and I don't know. He's incredible. We really lucked out.
We watched the Bridesmaid episode, and we were like a flutter. We walked in and his talks. Oh my God! Seriously, we were there. I couldn't even look at him. I was kind of embarrassed. Like I can't.
So a lot.
Yeah.
Have you brought any fluid things onto the season?
We're not on the set that
We
much.
don't know
It
if you have
films in
that.
July. That's one of the hardest parts of the show. And we have little kids. We're not up there as much as we'd like to be at all. And so that's hard. So we don't know. You'd have to ask him.
But it's such a, you can tell from the gag reel, I don't know if you guys were there, it's such a nice cast. They really are such lovely people, and they're really good friends.
And they're willing to interact on social media, which is amazing.
Yeah.
And it tells you, like, everybody feels really grounded.
It's like a team or a family. It's nice.
On a practical level, does the new season start straight away afterwards? Is there a big time jump?
Yes, 3 months.
3 months.
They've
They've been looking for Vincent